Welcome back, everyone, to the GGBL. Happy Friday. It's GGBL day. The trade day is completed. All of your votes have been cast, and we're about to get ready and show off all the trades that have been officialized. So let's get into it, man. This is the first time that I've taken a look. So you guys are seeing it just as I'm seeing it, and I'm going to have some reactions here. And, well, the Knights have officially moved on from George Ariano to the Carolina Blue Sox. 38.1% going to Carolina. The next team here, we had an even split. We had Iowa and Boston, only 2 votes short for both of those teams. And you know what? One team, right? They had 1 vote for the Nuggets. That even if they went one way or the other here, Boston or Iowa wouldn't have mattered. Blue Sox had the majority vote. So that is where George Ariano is going to go. So we'll get to that in a moment because I think the other first baseman, Matt Justice, he also had some of these teams up on his board. So we'll see if he also went to the Blue Sox. Either way, let's take a look at the next trade offer. We got Good Boys trading Chris Addison to 52% saying the Chicago Breeze. Makes a lot of sense. They needed a lot of outfield help. They don't necessarily need catcher help, but outfield is a big need for them. So Addison is going to head out there to Chicago for their little playoff run that they've got out there. Of course, Richmond is above 500 right now, so you got to wonder, did they sell a little bit too quickly, right? Anyway, Maples trading Matt Justice away to Vancouver. This is interesting. Vancouver had 6 votes go their way. I mean, everybody else at least had 1 vote in there, but, you know, just looking around, had the list been a little bit shorter, like some of these other players, I think Matt Justice had probably the most teams listed on his board here. But if we had stuck to like 4 teams, maybe Justice would have consolidated some of these up a little bit. Maybe he would have headed out to Richmond. Richmond might have had more votes. Maybe Boston might have had more votes. Either way, it's Vancouver, 28.6% that you guys voted for, so he's headed out there. I think Vancouver was also included on another trade offer. So if one of those players also goes to Vancouver, Vancouver can't get two players. So we got to determine how that's all going to work. But anyway, moving on. Houston Copperheads, Baldrick Raynell. They're going to trade him out there to Michigan. So Michigan gets a little bit better in the outfield section. They have a little bit more power now with Baldrick Raynell. Not a lot of batting average, not very good OBP as we know in the last video. But yeah, Michigan definitely needs another outfielder. That'll help. So what about Jimbo Crawford? So Vancouver had 28.6. So in this situation, had Vancouver had the highest, that means that Matt Justice can't go there. You know, he had 28.6 to go to Vancouver as well, but he is like an 80-something overall player, and Jimbo is the higher overall. So Jimbo would actually be the one that goes to Vancouver, and then we would have had to go, let's see, like 19%, the Reapers or the Good Boys. So I think at that point, because it's tied, we would have done a wheel spin. But only one can get him, and it's going to be the Grizzlies. So congratulations to them. The Pittsburgh Hammers will trade the closing pitcher, Cody Davis, to the Atlanta Sting. So they at least get something in the trade day. So that's nice. So they'll give an extra little bullpen arm there. Now the KAJ move, of course, Boston could not find a trade to get rid of KAJ because if they had gotten Justice or Ariano, it would have made sense for them to then move on from KAJ. But now you don't get a backup. You don't get a first baseman to replace KAJ. There's no sense in trading him away. So this trade is null and void. But it was kind of cool to see where you guys' hearts really truly lied, and it was kind of a split between Colorado and LA. LA fits him personality-wise, but Colorado seemed really to be a favorite of your guys, just to kind of save his career, if you will. KJ in that ballpark maybe would have hit some more home runs, maybe would have helped his career out and be rejuvenized. But you know, Minnesota, Minnesota's like an afterthought. Nobody likes Minnesota in this GGBL. It's just interesting. So the KJ trade, they couldn't find a partner, and it's not going to swing. So for the Cody Finney trade, Vancouver gets Finney. He was barely squeaking by on that voting. So that was a very close vote, and you guys decided that Vancouver needed him. He will be the ace going into that rotation. So in the situation where Vancouver would have gotten Jimbo, they would have gotten Matt Justice, Finney would have superseded all of that because he's the better player. He can't get all 3. He can't get 2. He can only get 1. And Finney being the better player, he's going to head out to Vancouver. So luckily that wasn't ever a scenario here. But for Matt Justice, we have to wheel spin because he can't head to Vancouver. He can't do it now. So we'll have to wheel spin between Richmond and Iowa. So let's take a look at how that's going to play out. All right, guys, here we go. So Richmond and Iowa. You can see there's no results there, okay? Haven't spun this yet. Let's go ahead and spin it. What's going to happen? Is it going to be Richmond or is it going to be Iowa? It's going to be the good boys. Let's go. Man, we get so lucky, don't we? We get so lucky. Richmond and Iowa. It's going to turn out to be Richmond. Let's just, you know what? Let's do something different here. Best 2 out of 3, okay? Best 2 out of 3. Let's make it interesting. Richmond or Iowa? What's it going to be? Richmond. There you go. Okay. So I tried to make it a little more fair. There you go. So Richmond won the rights to Matt Justice. Awesome. And one final thing, PJ Sparbori is going to go to Nashville. You guys really wanted that one, so that's where he's headed. So guys, that's it for today's video. Like I said, I'm leaving at 2 o'clock here very, very shortly for a wedding, family wedding that I got to get to. And I needed to get something out to you guys regarding trade day for the GGBL. So all these trades have been voted on. They're done. I've also gotten all the trades processed. So I've done all of the mixing and matching, who's leaving, who's going where. George Ariano has been officially moved. Like, the save file is saved. It's done and over with. So I've got that all recorded out. Just can't get it to you guys. It'd probably be like a 40-minute video, and I just can't get it done for you guys today. So that'll be posted on Saturday morning. So expect that. And then in that video as well, we are all the way up until the final week of Season 7's regular season. So in that video on Saturday morning will not only be the trades and kind of my rationale of who's moving and going where, but also a simulation of August and September. We're going to get into the last week of September and setting ourselves up for a live stream for next Friday. So we'll be well into March, but you know what? I think that'll be a really, really fun Friday stream. You guys will see here, by the way, we have 22 votes. It did not change any of the results. I think Matt Justice's split between Richmond and Iowa went down from like 19% to 18.3 each or something, I think that says. Anyway, nothing changed as far as the voting went. All of the trades were pretty much, pretty much decided on, at 21 votes instead of the 22nd coming in. So just wanted that for full transparency. But guys, that's it for the vid. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow morning for all the trades processed and all of the sim of Season 7. We are in the final week of September, maybe even the last couple of games. So you'll have to wait and see how that Saturday video is going to shape out. But I tell you what, a lot of interesting storylines, a lot of fun stuff that happened in that last 2-month sim. So I'll see you guys on Saturday. Leave a like if you like this thing. I'll see you then. As always, thanks for watching, and peace.